Hello there, it's Amataya again. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's always a pleasure to have you here, and it's a privilege to be here. So I love being here. I'm loving it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for clicking to watch my video. Thank you for your likes. For if you've been following me for some time, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sharing my videos. Thank you for your comments and the thumbs up. I really appreciate them. God bless you. If you're new here, you stumbled on my video, you are in the right place. You're in a good place, honestly, believe me. So you're in a fun place. Yeah. So please like, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, comment, ask your questions. I'm willing to help. A lot of things that people have shared with me in Canada has been helpful to me, and that's why I, started this to also put it out there to help people. And also I shared one of the reasons why I started this channel is there's some informations that might not be explicitly Jesus, that English, explicitly mentioned, that I had to figure out on my own, that I feel that okay, people should be able to have access to these things so they don't have to go through the same process we went to make life easy for everybody. So hang around here. I love people, and I don't know if people love me, but as long as I love people. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. So today I'll talk about house hunting in Canada. I'll talk about the hurdles and how you can actually get one eventually, because eventually everybody gets a place to stay. Like nobody sleeps under the bridge, or nobody becomes homeless when they arrive in Canada. It always seems like an impossible thing, but eventually everybody gets a place to stay. So, but how can you get it a little bit easier, not having to spend so much on Airbnb when you come, or having to getting depressed that okay, is this the right decision for you to have made? Getting to that situation whereby you're feeling like, oh, these things are not just working for you. So I'm here to share easy tips that has helped me. And also, recently I welcomed two people to Canada, and I did secure their apartment for them, and it wasn't all that easy, but at least I got something that they liked, and they appreciated me for it when they arrived. So let's get into it. So firstly, I'm a very big fan of people, and I believe that people are a greatest asset. Even if you don't have people in Canada, I mean, things are getting a lot more easier now. We have Facebook groups, we have WhatsApp groups that you can check. If you're coming to a new city, you can check Nigerians in your city. Join those groups, ask questions. I'm newly coming to Canada. I need help with this. I know there can be a lot of scams out there which you have to be careful for, but there might just be one person that is genuine. I mean, the only way you can get scammed, or they can fall prey, is if you decide to send money to somebody. Avoid things like that, avoid it. But you can still communicate, have a common ground, that okay, maybe when you arrive, you go and see these places that this person has actually introduced to you, or that you even check that personally. People are your greatest asset. Join groups, even if you never know anybody in that area. Join groups. Check Nigerians in Regina, right? Nigerians in Ontario, or Nigerian in your city, or even students. Yeah, international students in your city, or permanent residents in your city. There will be a group for it on Facebook. I'm certain. I mean, Facebook has everything. So you can check all these groups. You can follow them. You can join the group. Some of them require you to answer some few questions. You can chat up the admin. The admin of the group is someone you can actually hold responsible for things like this. You can chat up the admin. You're newly arrived in Canada. You need help with this, and stuff like that. And also people like us, um, that are sharing ideas like this, can also help you in a little way. If it is something that's possible, you're coming to my city, you need help. Why not? Why not? If I can, why not? So talk to people. Relationship is very important. Don't think I've got it all figured out. No. This if this can be easy, why not? Why not? That's always my watchword. A good place where you can start from, even if you've not arrived, is checking Facebook Marketplace. Search for the type of what you're looking for: basement, a one bedroom basement, two bedroom apartment, a townhouse, a condo, blah blah blah. Check for what you're looking for on Marketplace. A second one is Kijiji. And the third one is realtor.ca. And another one that, my brother-in-law told me, he told out my husband, was Craigslist. And interestingly, there were some house listed on Craigslist. Marketplace is very, very productive because this will reply on time. Kijiji as well, yeah. I mean, those two. But for others, it might take a while for the agent or whoever did the posting or the landlord to reply because there's not much traffic or traction on these sites as much as Marketplace and Kijiji. So another thing is, even if you've not arrived in Canada, you can probably just change your leave in so. I mean, the city you're going to arrive in on Facebook. Because I realized that when I was in Nigeria and I was searching for apartments, I saw a guy's post online and he said, okay, change your location. Not like you change it on the map. Just wrote lives in, like just where you write or you update your profile and say studied at, works at. You can just put live in. Because I realized that when I changed it, a lot of people responded to me as against when I was telling them, oh, I'm still coming from my home country, blah, blah, blah. So that helped me. So check what you want, like with your specification on check it. So there are things you should also take note. You will see things like 2 bed, 1 bath, 2 bed, 1.5 bath. So that means it's 2 bedroom. It has a complete bathroom that has the bathtub and the toilet, and the half means it just has a toilet that does not have a bathroom. So when you see 1.5, you're wondering. It was when I was coming to Canada. And when I arrived, and I started seeing 2.5. I'm like, what's the half on top? you know? So it just means that it has an extra toilet that doesn't have a bathroom, which is actually good. I like things like that because, you know, bathroom is not used round the day, but toilet is something people go ease themselves and all that. So having a second one won't be bad. So look at for all these things. Look at the proximity to where maybe you're a student. Look at the work score to where you're going to be living, the closeness to grocery store. Like those are the things you consider when you're trying to get a place. Look at the density of that area. I mean, you could Google. I like review a lot. I can just check a particular street, and just see okay, it's so street, in so. Just see what people says about that street. Might not be one of the fantastic areas. When when I came, people were like, I don't take a house in this area. In this area, a lot of homeless are there. A lot of crackles are there. You won't want such things for your children to be seeing every day, so it doesn't form their. Those are things you want to look out for, and to check the when you're asking the agent for the house location, you want to note all those things. That okay, is it downtown? Because I think downtown is where most of these things happen. When which side? So a lot of people talk about in London. They say North London is like the best, followed by west, and then south, and then east. East is like the cheapest. So it is what it is. So look out for these places, chat up agents, and look out for your specs. So some too will indicate that there's washing machine on site, but you have to pay. Some will say, okay, washing machine is in apartment. Some will say your fee is 1,500 plus utilities. Now, I don't think that 1,500 is like everything. No, when they say plus, it means that you're still going to pay utilities. And if it is not constant, if they say okay, you pay 30%, that's variable. I mean, I don't think I never consider things like that because I want to know what I work with every month. So just know if there's also parking. So if they say 1,500 all inclusive, that means your Wi-Fi, your utilities is inclusive in this rent. Which is something I always look for. So understand so you don't fall prey or you don't think that okay, this person cheated you, but it was actually well stated. Plus 1,500 plus utilities or 1,500 all inclusive. Understand plus utilities and all inclusive. So some places will say you still have to pay for eat, you still have to pay for water. Like check the description, ask these questions. Ask these questions. I'm sure you also have specification of things that you want in where you're going to be staying. So ask these questions. It's very, very, very important when looking out for a place. But eventually, if you now arrived in Canada, other things you can do, after chatting up these people, and you're trying to schedule viewing, maybe when you're going around, you're going grocery shopping, you look out for all these signages for houses, for apartment. You will definitely see one. In fact, some apartment building have offices that when you walk in, you can do walk in and say, oh, I want to see what available listings you have, and they will attend to you. and you might be lucky to get it. I do that a lot. I just go to my apartment building office, and I say, oh, can I see a list of the rooms or available? And they just give it to me, and I can say, oh, I can tell people around me that, oh, we have social lists available. Yeah, they, you get discount for that as a tenant. Well, I've never gotten anyways, because the only one I was supposed to get, I did not indicate that I was the, the referee, whatever, or referral. But I mean, I do it just to help people basically. So you can actually walk up to these places. You can copy their phone number or their email, go to their website and see the listings they have, make calls to their apartment office, walk in. You don't necessarily have to see an agent online. I mean, you can do walk-ins because they are always, as you're going, you see the signages of different apartment buildings and houses and the realtor in charge. You can call and make your inquiry and get a direct access. So you don't have to go to an agent. It might even be cheaper. You might even meet with the landlord directly. I mean, anything can happen. So check out for apartment building homes and check out for posters, signages where you can get their email, website, or phone number. Give a call. Walk in. I'm always a fan of walking. Like, I believe there's no way I can't walk. There's no way I can't walk in and keep my head up high. I just ask question. I mean, Kodija now, Kuba Kodija. Just say, oh, I am here. I'm new here, and I'm looking for an apartment. I'm looking for a house. I want to know what's available. I mean, you get lucky easily. So I've talked about walk-ins. Now depending on how much you brought, though, but regardless of how much you brought, I always advise, or this is what has worked for us, is to start small. I mean, start small from where you are. Start small before you are able to get that very big mortgage that you can now get your place. Start small. You can start from apartment buildings. I mean, I had know people that live in apartment buildings for like years before they now, they were able to balance well and they got a place of their own. And it's equally as beautiful. I stay in an apartment building and I love it here. Apart from the father, my kids, they want the backyard and all those things. Oh, we're gonna get there. So, I don't want to be paying so much exorbitant fee for a house now when I'm trusting God that we're also gonna have our house sometime soon by the grace of God. So I mean, start small. You can get a basement. The reason why I never looked for a basement, I actually looked for a basement at a point was my aunt said it's not good for the kids, the cold will make them have flu and all those things. So I considered that. But if it's just you and your spouse, just two of you, you can just get a basement, a one bedroom basement and start with that. You know, make it your home, make it comfortable, make it cozy. You can get additional heater if you feel it's really cold, but you can always start small. Start from that basement, start from that apartment building, sharing of apartment. Like as a student, you don't need to have your place yourself. You can see a couple of people that are from your nationality that you can get places together. I mean, that's the place of talking to people in your church, in your groups, in anywhere you meet people. Just say, "Oh, I'm looking to share my apartment." Like, and then you get people, someone will tell someone. On these groups, you can even post that, oh, I have an apartment to be shared with somebody, anybody interested? And you'll be surprised, If we don't try, how will we know? And of course, always pray that the Lord will, God will lead you to the right people. I'm always, I'm a faith person, so I always make sure I pray about whatever I want to do. So now after you get what you like, the agent or the landlord will probably organize viewing. Sometimes it could be just you, it could be a group viewing. I remember for my own when I got my apartment, the lady I didn't come. I just had someone, one of my church brothers. God bless you, sir. He came, he showed me the apartment because I was in Toronto and I didn't want to be coming. I already came like twice. I didn't get a place. I didn't get, what I wanted, but he just came and did a video for me. And he said, oh, it's actually a very nice space, it's spacious and all those things. I'm like, okay, I took his word for it and I proceeded with every other thing. And I paid the lady, blah, blah. And so, yeah, that was it. So, some people organized viewing. He went to a couple of viewings for me. He went to a couple of viewings for me. Some people do group viewings, so it wasn't just him at some point. There were other people that came. So they do the group viewing and they give out application forms for you to fill, and then they now check the information and compare that, okay, this is the person I want. And they reach out to you that, okay, your application has been confirmed. Like that's another thing I'm going to talk about, application all those Canada. So I already mentioned that look for shared apartment. Some people even do to the extent of shared room. Imagine you got an apartment of 1600 and 800 per room, and you still are able to share a room with somebody and you pay for 400. Won't you save more? You'll be able to save more if you're single, if you're alone here in Canada without your family yet. You know, it's a good way to start. It's a good way to start. You can save more on, bills and all those things. So yeah, why not? If not, so now talking about application. It was the kind I realized I have to do application. Do you have to do application like that in Nigeria? I don't know, maybe because I never applied for one. But like you have to do application, you show your in fact the only thing that is left that is for you to bring your parents' birth certificate. They'll be asking for credit score. I'm like, I just have a Canada. I don't have a credit score. Credit score. Some people want to know your nationality. Some people don't want to take other nationality. They just want their people in their house. They want to know your income history, bank statement. They want to know if you have a cosigner. Cosigner is very important. Our pastor stood for us at this point as a guarantor. There's difference between guarantor and cosigner. I think a cosigner is going to be like is part of your lease, where a guarantor is just someone that is just on your file as okay, this person is standing for this person. But a cosigner has to be on lease, and I don't think a lot of people want to do that because it's also going to affect their own credit score. Peradventure, you sorry, I had to use the F word. So, but yeah, guarantor just works fine, and why do people have to go through this application? In fact, so to the extent that some people organize interview for the person that they are going to have in their house. Come to think about it, why? Because in Canada, it's a system whereby you cannot just evict or chase away your tenant. No, you can't. You can't just do that. So tenants have rights, and at the end of the day, it's going to be at your loss. So if I read some things about some people, they call them professional tenants. They know their rights so well that they will now utilize it. After they paid first, second, third month, they won't pay again. And before you process, the landlord process your hearing and everything, they're not paying for the next 5, 6 months. Before your hearing is, accepted, maybe next 10 months, they are not paying you. And imagine you got those places and you're paying your mortgage and you rented it out to be able to offset your mortgage. I mean, to me, I feel it's wickedness on the part of the landlord. But I mean, there are people that are professional tenants, and also they usually ask for history with your previous landlord. So for my apartment building, I think we submitted our own bank statement from Nigeria and just told them that okay, we knew we're coming to Canada, we don't have a job quite alright, but this is what we have in our account, and we're able to cater for this. That if they want us to pay more, we are willing. If you want us to pay for 4 months, we are willing, because the standard is 2 months, the first and the last month. And they were like, okay, that's fine. We just submitted all the document and they proceeded. But some people want extra, extra assurance that you're not going to hold me, that at the end of 1 or 2 months, if you don't get a job, at the end of, because they can't chase you out like, some other countries that the next thing they've gotten police and bamboozled you out. It can't happen like that in Canada. So, because there's tenant right. I belong to the Ontario Tenant and Landlord group on Facebook. You can call it join. You learn a lot of things about this tenant right too. I mean, some people are just wicked. They're just wicked. I'm just like, ow now, ow now. Is it easy? Why you no go drum? Easy. So let's go there, Sha. So that's why some people actually are always, keen about who they want to get in their house. They want to know your history, your previous landlord. They want to know your credit score. How have you been doing with money and all those things. So at first, I felt like, oh, you people are asking for too much. But when I now started, understanding the tenant right thing, the landlord board, and the process he has to take to tribunal if he has any issue or more, and you cannot even issue some things to your tenant and all that. So I now realized why the application process was actually stringent. So if you're looking for an apartment, these are things I feel that can be really, really helpful to you. I mean, it's not really hard. You might have lots of expectations, but see, start small. In the next 1 year, you would have settled well enough and known your place around. You will have had good credit history. Then you can get what befits you, what suits you. So I hope with this people your mind, I've been able to help you to secure your houses or apartments, or give any ideas on how to go about your house hunting when you're coming to Canada or you're newly arrived in Canada. If you have any question, I'll be glad to answer them in the comment section. And do well to please subscribe, like, share, and come this far. Give me a thumbs up that you love my video so that other people can see it. Bye.